years of AEW, and Double or Nothing really just set the wheels in motion for what was to come for this company. Talk to me about how proud you are of what was accomplished tonight and just, you know, the strides that we continue to make here.
Well, first of all, I have to say, even though, you know, again, Renee, you weren't officially all elite from day one. You feels like you've been with us the entire time, the entire 6 years, and you're a huge part of this. So thank you, because you're a big part of how we made it to the 6 years, and everybody here. It's one of the greatest nights in the history of the company. It's so special to be here tonight and know that we put on one of our best shows, because I feel like AEW really rises to the occasion in big situations, and tonight was one of those occasions. And in particular, I'm so proud of the wrestlers. The wrestlers are the lifeblood of this promotion. The wrestlers are the lifeblood of this sport. The wrestlers are the lifeblood of our lives. For 52 weeks a year, the wrestlers make it possible for all of us as fans to watch pro wrestling, and for those of us who work here, they make it possible to do this. It's the only sport with no off season, and we've gone 52 weeks a year for the past 6 years. The last time we had a week off doing Dynamite was Christmas 2019, and we've put new shows on every single week since Christmas 2019, all through the lockdown. There's been a lot of special times, and I think what makes it even better, Renee, is knowing that 2025 has been such a great year for AEW. We've accomplished a lot of things over the years, and I think we've set a really high standard. We've created a great standard for ourselves, for our staff, and for our fans, and tonight we lived up to it. And when you set the highest standard for yourselves and you live up to it, that means you've done something really special, and I think that's what Double or Nothing 2025 is and was, and I think that's what 2025 has been for AEW.
Hell of a night. I mean, I know everyone out there was having an incredible time as well. So, guys, the floor is now yours. Hit up Tony with some good questions.
Thanks, Renee.
Hi, Tony.
Thank you.
Wow, I lost my train of thought. I didn't expect you to say my name.
I didn't call you minion number 1734.
I'm 204. I have a triple-digit number.
Mine is boss upside down, on like a calculator.
Yeah, she told me that. I was like, wow, I feel so special that I'm lower than you. But Scorpio Sky, he's been in the news a lot lately. Hasn't been on AEW TV. Is there any type of update on Scorpio Sky?
Yeah, I like Scorpio Sky, and it's interesting, Scorpio Sky's name came up recently. He mentioned he was looking to come back, and I had talks with Scorpio Sky about different ideas and things we could do. It's probably, in greater detail, it's Scorpio Sky, somebody who's been here from day one, and I have a lot of respect for. I really like. I saw it, he said that, and I actually had talked to Scorpio Sky about doing something, and we ended up going with something in a different direction. It's a kind of a long story, but it would make a lot of sense in context. But probably maybe not now at this time. But I do like Scorpio Sky, and he's a part of the roster, a multiple-time TNT champion, former World Tag Team champion, and somebody I like very much. I had an idea for Scorpio Sky that I think was a good idea, and we talked about it, and I think it didn't work out for reasons kind of between us, but also I think it's totally a legit thing, and I'm fine with it, and I would like to use him for a different idea when the time's right. Thank you.
Hey, Tony. Will Pruitt from ProWrestling.net. Hey. I had a bunch of very serious questions to ask, but honestly, I want to know what other songs were considered for Anarchy in the Arena.
Great question.
It's a great question. This was the one I really wanted. My first choice was Bodies by far, and I was really pleased we were able to do it. So that was, it's one of those things, thankfully, when you knock the first one out of the park, you don't have to go back and look for other ones. And it was a one-horse race for Bodies.
It has been bouncing in my head ever since it started. I don't think it'll ever leave.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. That's great.
Thanks.
I appreciate it. You're very welcome. What a night.
Hi, Tony. Lance Reese from WrestleZone on 88.7 The Pulse. Congratulations on 6 years of All Elite Wrestling. And this Double or Nothing marks a strange transition period of Double or Nothing coming to Phoenix after hosting at Vegas for so many years. What can we expect to see AEW do as far as different locations in the near future?
Well, we've announced already that All Out is coming to Toronto, and it's our first pay-per-view in Canada in a while. I'm excited to go to Renee's hometown and bring All Out there for the first time. It's our first time taking Forbidden Door to the UK, and it's our first time, of course, bringing that event there. We've got some really exciting things coming. The Aragon Ballroom, I'm very excited about. I've been writing shows called Dynamite since I was 12 years old. Since 1995 is when I came up with the name Dynamite. And my friend, who I traded tapes with, and he lives around Chicago, and he's my oldest friend. I've known him since I was 12, and he would always do his shows in the Aragon Ballroom, my friend Todd. And he wrestled in Windy City Wrestling, and he's a great friend and a great tape trader, and still contributes to AEW. And he would do his shows in Aragon Ballroom, and he would call it the Aragon Brawl Room. And I always thought that was cool. And it's going to be a great site for AEW. Of course, we're going to the 2300 Arena. I mentioned we did Dean 2 as a tribute to the late, great Dean Rasmussen last night. I'm looking forward to doing Dean 3 in the 2300 Arena, as well as Death Before Dishonor and AEW TV. Doing Dean 3 there, I feel like it is going to be the most tape traders per capita in any wrestling show in the history of wrestling television, because we'll also be filming AEW TV there. A lot of really cool venues and things coming up. I'm really excited to go to Glasgow for the first time. And of course, Grand Slam Mexico. We were talking about it. It was great to have Bandito sitting here talking about what it means to him. It means a lot to a lot of us. And it means so much to the wrestlers from Mexico, but also means a lot to a lot of us that are fans of Lucha Libre and have never gotten to go down and work in Arena Mexico. So it means a lot to me. A lot of really cool and exciting venues coming up throughout 2025. I think we've been doing great TV from very exciting venues this year. Great crowds. Tonight was a great crowd. It was our first time doing a pay-per-view in Arizona. One of my all-time favorite moments ever in AEW happened here, though, when Sting and Darby Allin won the Tag Team Championship in Arizona. And it was so great to bring Double or Nothing here and celebrate 6 years with these great fans in Arizona that have been supporting us and have our first pay-per-view here tonight. So hopefully it sets a standard and also sets an example to all the great fans. If you do a great job showing up for the TV and make moments count like they did for that show, and in particular Sting's championship win with Darby, I think it sets a standard and sets an example. You can get a pay-per-view. And after 6 years, it's our first time doing a pay-per-view in Arizona, but I can promise you it will not be the last. This crowd was awesome. Thank you.
Hello, Renee. Hello, Mr. Tony. This is Daryl with KTVK here in Phoenix, Arizona. Mr. Tony, I want to ask you, as much as you are a fan, you are a boss as well here. What's a moment in the AEW show tonight that would make you say, hey, that was one of the greatest AEW shows we've put on? And can you tell us that exact moment? And from that moment, how do you plan to move on to top that one?
That's a great question. I think it's really hard to put that one down to one moment. That was like a wire-to-wire show. I thought opening and closing, I felt really strongly about bookending with the Owen matches, and I thought that was such a great pay-per-view from the very first match, Mercedes Moné versus Jamie Hayter in the Owen Hart final, to the final match, Will Ospreay versus Hangman Page. And in between, there were so many crazy things. I mean, you have to talk about Anarchy in the Arena when you talk about this show. It may have been the best Anarchy in the Arena yet. There have been great. The original Anarchy in the Arena was very special. But this was certainly one of the most amazing things we've ever done. I thought the whole show was, start to finish, really incredible. And there were so many great moments and memories throughout the night, start to finish. And it was great to have the 6-year anniversary of AEW, and there's going to be a lot of milestones coming up, be such a perfect show. It's been a great 2025, and very fitting that this Double or Nothing went so well, and I couldn't possibly put it down to one moment, so I think it's better to look at it wire to wire, that the whole show was a Grand Slam home run as we approach Grand Slam Mexico. Thanks for asking.
Hey Tony, Cedric Weldon, Women's Wrestling Talk. We just heard from both ladies who will compete at All in Texas tonight, and I'm just curious, with both of them being such larger-than-life personalities, is there a possibility that we can see history at All in Texas with both of them main eventing or headlining the show?
it could potentially be possible. Of course, we also had Hangman versus Mox already proclaimed here also as a great main event. I think we have great options for that show, but certainly two great Owen Hart Foundation winners and two great World Championship matches as it stands right now on the table, with the World Champion Timeless Toni Storm set now to defend the title against the TBS Champion and the Owen Hart Foundation Women's Tournament winner, Mercedes Moné, and with the AEW World Champion Jon Moxley versus the Owen Hart Foundation Men's Tournament winner, Hangman Adam Page. They're both great, great matches. We have great options, and the whole show is going to be fantastic start to finish. I think it's going to be a great all-in, and both matches are great options, just like I thought tonight. Both Owen Hart Foundation matches were perfect, and the show was perfect wire-to-wire bookending. Thanks for asking.
Hey, Chris Wrestling Slam Network. I just was wondering, Will Ospreay's been doing such great work and having great matches for you guys, and with the loss tonight, just wondering what you have planned moving forward, what he might be doing, and the future holds for Will.
Thanks for asking. I really, really, really appreciate it, and I'm glad you teed that up, because Will Ospreay has been absolutely fantastic in AEW, and we had Hangman Adam Page, the winner of the tournament, in here earlier, and he deserves his flowers, he deserves his applause, he deserves the spotlight. Hangman Adam Page, absolutely fantastic for AEW for the past 6 years, and I do feel like Hangman Adam Page is a deserving winner. At the same time, I think Will Ospreay would have been a deserving winner. I think Will Ospreay has been one of the most important people ever to walk into AEW. I think when Will Ospreay came into AEW, going into 2024, it was one of the most important moves we could have possibly made. His arrival breathed new life into the company. I can tell you, as we had injuries come up, anytime somebody needed to step up in 2024, Will Ospreay was that man. In 2025, he has continued. For the past couple of years, he has been a workhorse, no pun intended, as he was wrestling Hangman. Will Ospreay has just been absolutely fantastic for AEW. Every time I've needed to lean on the man, he's been there. Every time the company needed to lean on Will Ospreay, he has been there time after time after time after time. He's been involved in some of the greatest matches and moments and memories ever in AEW's history. Even though Will Ospreay has not been here the entire 6 years from day one, I can tell you Will Ospreay is as important and as much a part of AEW as anybody. He's as much of a valuable leader, as much of a valuable face of AEW. Will Ospreay's as all elite as anybody, and Will Ospreay would have been an absolutely fantastic winner of this tournament. Will Ospreay at times has carried AEW on his back, and I'm so fortunate to have him. He would be on a Mount Rushmore of people who walked into my life at the right time. And I'm so grateful for Will Ospreay and the run he's had since he arrived. And it's only the beginning for Will Ospreay. It's not the end.
2 more questions, guys.
Tony, I just got to be at the shows that you had at home in Detroit. You talked a little bit about the energy that you had in the arena here. Can you give me your thoughts, now that you guys have been working some of the smaller arenas, on the energy that you see in these arenas? And tell me your thoughts on coming back to Detroit, man.
Oh, what a great question. Well, I'm very grateful to the Motor City, man. That venue was fantastic. There are a lot of great venues around Detroit. Of course, Masonic Temple was a fantastic venue. And talking about 2025, there's been some new arenas, new theaters, new venues, and I think that was one of the real home runs we hit across the nights we spent in Detroit. Detroit is a really special city to me as a wrestling fan, because realistically, there's no way we would be in this position. There's no way I'd be in any of the positions I'm in, frankly, without the city of Detroit and the hard work in Motor City in the automotive industry, because my father really came to America with nothing and built himself and built his company, built everything he's got from the auto industry. And he's a self-made person, and the industry he made himself in is the automotive industry. And through the work he did in Detroit and working with the auto industry and in the auto industry, my dad was able to build an auto parts company, build factories all over America and then all over the world. And he became an NFL owner, he became a Premier League owner, and then through all the hard work he did, all of these things based in the automotive industry, it allowed us to get a position in sports and media, and that put us in a great position to launch AEW. and now we're celebrating 6 years. He was at the original show, at the first ever Double or Nothing. I talked to him today, and I know he's as proud of what we've done now as ever, and it's been a really special year for AEW. And when I think of Detroit, I think of the great people there, people I've known all my life, and the fact that without the city of Detroit, there would be no AEW. So it was great doing the shows there. We had some great TV there. We had Blood and Guts there. Mox and Kenny had a great cage match there. A lot of great moments in Detroit, and Detroit can be a great pay-per-view city, I think, for AEW too. After we had a great first-time pay-per-view here, first pay-per-view ever in Arizona, I think Michigan would be a great pay-per-view state too.
Come on with it.
Let's go. Thanks, Kyle.
Last question.
Hey, Mark.
How you doing, Tony? Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Mark Hope, 101.5 FM, Las Vegas. How are you feeling about other companies scheduling events on top of and around yours on a consistent basis?
It's pretty consistent. I'd say it's the most consistent event head-to-head scheduling I've seen since Jim Crockett Promotions. Saw a lot of scheduling that went that way, and I can tell you this will go a lot differently than that did, Mark. Thank you for asking. I appreciate you all being here, and God bless you all. I really appreciate this. We've been doing this for 6 years, and tonight was a great success. This has been the most special year in the history of the company. A lot of you have been covering AEW from day one. Some of you have joined us along the way, but a lot of you have been here since we first announced AEW. And now we've been doing these scrums officially. It's 6 years of post-pay-per-view scrums, 6 years of pay-per-views. Thank you all for being a part of it. Thank you all for being here for Double or Nothing number 7. And I look forward to 70 more of them. And thank you for celebrating 6 years with us. And here's to 600 more. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys. Get home safe.
See you guys.